Hey all, it's Amanda, the Lazy Stitcher, and I'm here to tell you what I read back in April. And I only read two books again, seeing a little bit of a pattern. I read about two books a month consistently. So the first book I went for was Little Monsters by Kara Thomas. So this book, I think I got it at a book swap or a rummage sale. I think there's a local bookstore that gets advanced reader copies because this is an advanced reader copy. Mind you, it says on sale July 2017. So it's a 5-year old, almost 5-year old book at this point. I don't get to things quickly. So I went ahead and I was like, I grabbed it, and the premise sounded really interesting and something like, I'm like, ooh, this sounds like something I want to get into. So, the premise, according to the back, gotta be honest, not quite what the book's actually about. So, the premise of this book is it's about a girl named Casey. Oh my god, I had to check. I totally couldn't remember. About a girl named Casey who she has a complicated home life because her mom was like the worst mom, and she ended up moving in with her dad, who barely knew her or anything about her. And she has a stepbrother and also a younger half sister. So she ends up moving in with her dad and her stepmom. And and she has to make new friends, be in a new school when it's like all of these things are, it's a lot for a teenager to go through. And she has two friends that she does make in school. Their names are Bailey and Jade. And they're not the nicest friends to her. They're a little weird. But basically, one day after a party, Bailey goes missing, and it's a big whodunit. What happened to Bailey? Did someone harm her? And if so, who did it? Now, the premise of the book made it sound like the town had like many little secrets, and it was like gonna be kind of more of an intense, like the whole town's in on like the secret, or it's like a weird cult in the town or something. It is not like that. It is not that kind of book. It is a basic like whodunit kind of a mystery book. Um, Casey as a character, it's narrated in first person through her point of view, is extremely frustrating because she's one of those teenagers who thinks that really minor teenager things are more important than like she can't tell the truth about certain things because of these silly little things compared to like the fact that her friend is missing. like I mean, that's just something that personally irks me. Now, don't get me wrong. She's a teenager, so I get it on a sense, but it is really frustrating to read. Now, so that was a little hard to get through, to be honest. One thing I did like about this book is that the descriptions are really well done. Like, Casey, obviously, so she's the narrator, describes certain characters, and she does a good job of, like, providing a really good physical description of them and what they're like. And you can really picture these people because of the good descriptions. So I appreciated the good descriptive writing. Um, the actual resolution at the end of the book I felt was really a letdown. It was not believable. The actual, whodunit, it did not seem believable to me. I was just like, yeah, okay, sure. It really was not. You didn't convince me that this is what happened. Um, Part of it kind of made sense, but part of it didn't. There was a twist that I did enjoy in the book. I actually, there is one kind of interesting one that I thought made sense. But yeah, as a whole, I found it disappointing. Just not my cup of tea. I was a little disappointed it wasn't like the whole town is actually like an evil cult or something. That's okay. You can't always get what you want. The other book I read was On the Way to the Wedding by Julia Quinn, the last of the Bridgerton series. I know you're so surprised that I read this, but now I've read all of them. I really enjoyed it. Like, it's so interesting amongst fans. Like, I feel like a lot of fans have a much greater preference to the first four books. I honestly think the last four are better. Well, with the exception of Eloise's book. We don't talk about that one. Um, I honestly think that this one was great. I would rank it in my personal ranking as like the third favorite. I thought it was great. I liked Gregory. He's one of the only non-rake characters that Julia Quinn writes. And I really liked Lucy, the love interest, a lot. Lucy is very like she's a very distinct and clear character of who she is. She's she's very particular and neat and a very practical person, which I really liked. And the basic concept of this one is that Gregory is the last Bridgerton to get married. Last Bridgerton to get married. And he spots a woman, falls madly in love, like love at first sight. Her name is Hermione, and her best friend is Lucy. Lucy's used to this. She's like, yep, everybody likes Hermione. And over time, this is going to be a shocker. Gregory realizes he actually prefers Lucy. I know. It's shocking. And and like I said, I like Lucy. I also could relate to her. When I was younger, I had a super gorgeous best friend, and like it was pretty obvious that, guys had a big preference for her. It's fine, whatever. I'm over it now as an adult person, but it was a hard thing to go through when I was younger. That said, I overall really enjoyed the book. I thought the character chemistry was great. Like, I feel silly saying that. They're not two actual physical people, but I felt it. I wanted it to happen. And there was one part that was a little, like, near the ending, it gets a little squirrely because when it comes to the more, like, plot-driven elements, Julia Quinn can get a little wackadoodle, for lack of a better word. But it's okay. It's fine. I consider it as this in a similar vein as An Offer from a Gentleman, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about there. So I do recommend it. I'm done with Bridgerton. I will actually start reading other romance novels now. I'm excited about that. I mean, no offense to Bridgerton. I really enjoyed reading this series, but definitely it is time to branch out into other things. So I'm actually really close right now as of filming this video. I'm close to finishing another book. We'll see. Maybe eventually I'll be able to get to 3 in a month. I know. Crazy talk. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. I'm a pretty small YouTuber, but if you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. Sorry, you gotta hear the spiel. And have a pleasant time. Oh, I just found something. My kids, there's this little green basket that my kids put their, like, toys that are meant to be like the food toys. And it's sitting right here. I've been looking for this. My house